Well, let's see how nice it is now. Look at that. Tight. All the way along there. The stucco pushes in just a little bit there, but that's fine. That'll give me, I'm still going to caulk this when I get all done. I'm going to end up caulking everything because these steps have been leaking. So I'm going to have to do a good number on them on all this, along here, up under there, along there, all these gaps here. Because when it rains, this doesn't go to outside, it goes to underneath the deck, right? So what happens is you get moisture through here, and then it starts running down the stringers, the stair stringers running down on the inside of the wall. It gets the OSB plywood wet, gets the 2x6s wet, it gets the underneath of this wet, and it gets all that moisture, and you get all that fungus and the mold and the mushrooms starting to grow. And so when I get all done with this deck, I'm not done until I fix all of these steps. And I'm gonna see these, that's really weird. This is an actual 4x12 out of one piece of wood. The rest of these weren't 4x12s, they were 2x4s glued together like a glue lamb beam, making it a 4x12. But you don't want to leave those out in the elements, out in the rain and stuff. This is what happens. All of this is lifted up. Look at that. Look at that. I don't want to get too hog happy just yet, but that's because of the moisture went down in there. And I may have to, I didn't think it was going to be very easy to scrape this paint off, but I may end up scraping all this paint off. I was just going to get any loose bits and then lightly sand it and then put a coating of stuff over here after I caulk it and seal it and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to do such a good job on this, it's going to be ridiculous, only because I can. And if I can do it, I know you can do it. Okay? So now I've measured this. I've got 1.25 inches here, 1.25 inches over there. Get that. See, 1.25 inches. And this is 1.25 inches. And I can't go any further because of where the notch was in the stucco from before. But see, it still sticks out. It sticks out at least 1/4 inch. I want that almost flush with this edge, so when I nail the riser on, I don't have this big whopping gap there that I have to caulk. And granted, see, here's the riser piece, and it goes all the way down, but behind this 4x12. And see the big gap there? They had it because this 4x12 went just beyond this metal. Nothing I can do about that one. That's the old one. I even tried to put some screws in it to suck it over, but that's okay. I got it as best I can. See, most of those risers are short. See the gap there? Right there. There's a gap. This one you can't see a gap because they put the stucco over the trim, the metal edge. So see, each one is different. I'm just going to have to do the best I can. And I don't have 1.5 inches here. And this was the existing, so I know that the other one was pushed in a little bit. And the other ones could have been just a hair shorter than 11 1/4. This is still 11 1/4. And sometimes they get to be just a hair bigger than 11 1/4, but no, this is right on. And when it shrinks, it gets just a hair shorter. So that means if I just notch this, if I just mark this right where it's at, right there, about like that. And I'm just gonna cut from there back that way. have it from here notched back 1/4 inch, and that'll pull this up, that'll move this out just a little bit where I need it, and it's going to be fine. I had it on zoom, and I don't know if you caught everything on here. It's all nice and tight now because I cut it from nothing to at least 1/4 inch. It was just shy of 5/16, a little like a strong quarter. Okay, and I know I need to go further because there's not an 1.5 inch gap there just yet. That's for my riser that goes along there. So see, once I get this notched, I can screw the riser on the back side of that. I'll put a 2x6 underneath this in the corner, going down all the way, and all that. Okay, one step at a time. I've got to pull this back out and cut that and trim it, and I'll show you how to do that next. So I'm gonna make this a little bit further out, so I'm assured of it getting beyond the stucco. Okay, and just mark this like that. And I'm going to make this 1/4 inch so I can just hold it on whatever. I'm holding on 5. I can hold it on whatever. I'm going to make it a strong 1/4, I guess, which is almost 5/16. And I could use this as my straight edge, or I can just hold my pencil right here and hold my finger up against there, and let's see how I can do. Look at that, perfect. Okay. Or you can hold your square up there. It's just however you want to do it. Ah, you got some shade now. Put it right there. Look at that. You can do that on short little pieces. And so now, that's what I got to cut off. I'll get my my skill saw over here, and let's see how I'm going to set you up. I'm going to have to make a couple cuts, but it'll be okay. I got to remember not to go beyond that line. I could cut that line off first if I wanted. I'll cut that off first. Let's see. And I want my table to be only 1/4 inch. Okay, so I'm going to lift it up. I've got that line there, right there. Okay. tightened it up. Now I can cut that right here. That worked out pretty good, huh? Now I can set my table all the way down, and I'm gonna cut this one first. And on this one, it's hard for me to see the line because I don't want to cut on the right hand side of the pencil mark. I want to do the left hand side, and I can't really see exactly. So it's just years of doing it and figuring it out and checking it, and you'll get it.